Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to the Leaders League 360 Superheroes Hangout. Tonight, Mr. Big is over in Cabo still doing an all-day event, so guess who your host is? Yours truly. Tonight, we're going to do something a little bit unique, and we're going to actually cover a couple tasks, man. I had a long talk with actually a neighbor of mine, Brandon Williams, so I want to give you a shout-out and a thumbs up, Brandon, because you touched home with what you said to me, and it made sense to me. And it's something that I want to focus tonight's hangout on, and I want to help you guys with something that is lacking right now. We don't cover it, and we need to cover it more. So this week, I'm actually going to do it a series, basically. I'm going to be interviewing people from newbies to experience and doing like a quick hangout with a few guests that can ask questions, and then a guest that's actually in the process of doing it or learning how to do it. So without further ado, let me go ahead and introduce you to the guys on the hangout with me tonight. First off, I got my buddy Fazer Khan over in the UK. Fazer, come on out and say hello real quick.
Hi guys, yeah, it's Fazer here from the UK. Just enjoying my Sunday, looking forward to this Leaders League 360 meeting, and just answering some questions today and giving you guys some tips on what we're doing and how we're doing it, and what you should be doing and how you should be doing it. So don't be scared to ask questions, and let's get this on.
Amen. Now we also got Rodney Stokes. Rodney, you're over in the DC area, correct?
Yeah, I'm in the DMV area, so I'm right outside of Baltimore.
That's right. Yeah. So Rodney obviously has a lot of experience. Rodney and I, a while back built a multi-stream system. He's branched off and done a lot of things, guys, and been very successful online, applying all these strategies we're going to talk about. And next up, we brought somebody actually from across the pond because he's been taking and doing what we're doing and getting success, and that's my main man, Raffle. Raffle, come on out and introduce yourself to everybody.
Hello, guys. Raffle Jacobsen here from Norway, in the colder area of Europe. So thank you, Ari.
Yeah. So, here's the deal, guys. Look, people ask me all the time, hey, how are you able to go from program to program and always be successful in it? And, Brandon had a good analogy. He said to me, he goes, Ari, it's because you got a following. And that's really true. It's more important even than the fact that I got a list, guys. So tonight we're going to talk about how you can build a following, okay? Now, just so you guys know, if you haven't already downloaded it, you want to go to the files section of the group and download 29 steps, because we're going to cover some of the things in that little manual. And these are the things that are going to make you successful, guys. The reality of it is, it all starts with your Facebook profile. Look, every one of us on this panel, we get people that constantly send us friend requests that have no pictures. The stuff you have on your timeline posted, it's garbage. I'm never going to add you. There's no value in your profile to someone like me, okay? And what I'm trying to tell you guys is this is where it starts. You need to take 29 steps to heart, and you need to develop a Facebook profile that a professional will want to have you as a friend. Because I don't use Facebook for social. I use it for business, guys. Okay, look, it's the greatest business platform on the planet right now, the greatest, okay? And the reality of it is, it's because there's so many users. I think there's like 1.5 billion or 1.7 on it, and we got to keep those types of people, all those people. We want to attract the right people, because you're limited to just 5,000 people. You have to actually go after people with the right types of profile. And if your profile is not that, then you need to upgrade it, guys. You want to go out, you want to create a profile that's appealing, not just to the professionals, but to the masses, that's going to get people's attention. You need to clean it up. You need to clean up the language on your profile. You need to make sure you don't just have one picture, because that's not going to get anybody's attention. You want to tell a story of your life on your profile and your business life on your profile. Okay, these are very, very, very important. Let me mute a couple guys real quick, real fast, because I know a couple of you guys bouncing around real quick and I can still hear you. But, guys, the reality of it is, it starts with your profile. So you want to build that out. Same thing on FutureNet. If you guys have joined FutureNet with us, the reality of it is that profile is the same thing as Facebook. You need to have a professional profile. Now, you're not limited to 5,000 friends there, which is going to be impactful for you. So let me just tell you something. That's going to be a bread and butter source for you for promoting anything, because Unlike Facebook, you can have many, many friends. In fact, you can add 1,000 people a day to your profile. It's a little monotonous because it's manual, but you know something? I'm sure over time people will build tools just like they did for Facebook as this continues to grow. Okay. Lastly, I want to talk a little bit about list building. I want to bring my man Rodney out real quick because Rodney's been doing emails. So Rodney, come on out real fast.
Okay, I'm muted.
So
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you good, man. So let's go back and forth real quick, and let's cover a couple common misconceptions about list building. Okay, how many times have you bought solo ads, Rodney, and got a bad solo ad?
More times than I care to say, man. That's why when you get a good batch of solo ad providers, you stick with them and buy as much traffic from them as possible. But it's a lot of garbage traffic out here.
Yeah, there's a lot, man. You know, the reality of it is, you know, did you stop or did you just keep on?
Oh, you keep going, man. But see, this is the thing. This is what I tell a lot of people. You have to detach yourself from the results. So whether it's you got a good batch of traffic, you get a lot of money, or the campaign you just bought sucked. Is, you know, just like Jim Rome says. He says you discipline your disappointment. So once you learn to do that, man, you just keep moving. That's all.
That's exactly right, guys. You already just said you have to keep on. Look, you know, whenever you get a solo ad and you don't get the results you want, it doesn't mean you stop doing solo ads, because it's not about getting signups. It's about building your list. And this is the reality that most people, you know, fail to understand. It's, you know, obviously we love to get ROI on everything because that's the nature of humankind, you know. We want to be able to buy a solo ad and for it to make us money every single time. But in reality, that instant fruition doesn't always come to pass. And because of it, people get a little bit worried and they say, oh my God, this shit doesn't work, and then they stop doing it. And I'm telling you, and what Rodney just told you is stop thinking that way. Okay, again, you want to build your network. Okay, so when you buy a solo ad, you're building your list. You want to continually mail these people and get them, you know, to where they know you. And you do that by what we've started teaching over in Traffic University, you know, with the letters of the heart, you know, letters from the heart, you know, evidence of success, and then your normal email blast. Okay, and if you can keep doing these things, these people are going to get to know who you are as a person. They're going to get to know your life, and they're going to feel connected to you. And that connection is what's going to grow your network, okay? These people will then start to seek you out on Facebook. Now, when they seek you out on Facebook, you're going to do what my man Phaedra did. So Phaedra, come out and unmute yours, and Rob will unmute yours as well right now, because I want to cover some of these little things. Like, you know, obviously, you've seen, you know, I create groups. You've seen me drop 10,000 people in a group awfully fast. And the reality of it is that, you know, I understand how to do that. I've been doing it for a long time. You know, when I introduced that to Frank, you know, Frank was blown away because he had never seen anything like that. I mean, you see, he's got a new group going now, and I'm not bashing or putting the guy down because he's doing a great job, guys. Look, even though Frank and I are not doing business, I got a lot of respect for Frank, and I want that to be known right now, okay? He's always going to be successful because Frank is Frank, and he attracts the right type of people. It's the same thing that we're trying to teach you guys right here. When you want to go out and build a group, you got to have a strategy for it. My strategy was very simple, and that was to put that Facebook button in my funnel so every single person that saw it would end up in the group, which it created my network. It increased my network. And the reality is that's the same thing I'm trying to teach you guys. Now, I know Phaedria's created a group, I know Rafa's created a group, and I know Rodney's created a group, so I want to talk a little about that and have each one of these guys go ahead and touch on, you know, what they think is important, you know, for a group that's going to attract people. So, Phaedria, come on out and let's talk about your group real quick. And I want you to tell these folks, you know, when you started it, how many members you got, and basically what you've done to attract the people to your group.
Cool. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, great. Yeah, so what I did was basically I followed your lead because I saw you making these groups on Facebook, and I thought, you know what, it's time for me to make a Facebook group for myself. So what I did was I made a Facebook group and sent a message to all of my lists and all of my friends, and I said, look, I've made this Facebook group. This is what it's for, i.e. the Broke Man's Plan to Success. And I just set it up, and I think in one day I had over 2,000 people join the group, which was amazing. It blew me away. And that's when I realized the true potential of the group. Now, to make the group successful and myself successful, I realized that I had to put value out there, and I had to teach people what I was doing, How did I do that? I used to put up my results that I was getting, if I was buying solo ads, anything new that I was learning myself and putting it into action, you know, like how to make the Facebook group, how to make a video, what software I was using, where to get free bits. You know, all these bits were combined, gave value to the people in my group.
That's the key right there.
Yeah. And coming back to what Rodney was saying about the emails, and Ari was saying about, you know, blasting your email list. Once you've got that list built, what you want to be doing is having a link to your Facebook group in your emails when you're sending them out. So people can straight away just click on there to your personal page, if you want to, or your profile, your professional profile, and your Facebook group. Yeah. So they see two sides of you now. They see one side of you where you're an authority figure on whatever you're doing, and then they're going to see your personal page, which you can set up how you want, and they're going to see what kind of a person you are at the same time. Do you understand? So they know that you're real, you're genuine. For example, I'm a family man. I've got 3 kids. People know that generally a family man with 3 children, he hasn't got time to mess about. He's not playing games. He's providing for his family. Do you understand? And when they see how serious you are and the results you're getting because of that why and that goal of providing for your family, you know, when they come into your group, they're going to say, wow, this guy's bang on. Yeah, we should join his team. We should be part of this. And it just builds and builds and builds. And it has a Frankenstein effect, man. Like, I get guys from Ari's group coming into my group. I get guys from other groups coming into my group now. Because even though they know what Ari's doing and Rob's doing and Rodney's doing, and we're all doing the same thing, you know, sometimes there's something that maybe the way I say something or the way I'm coming across, people might get it where they might not get it from somewhere else.
That's right.
You understand?
That's exactly right, Fraser. You know, look, he hit a lot of topics, guys. Let me just tell you something. The biggest thing that stands out is the golden nuggets, the value. If you guys don't drop golden nuggets in your room and you don't give value to your people, they won't stay there. They'll leave your group, okay? And here's the other thing. Don't create a group and just go out and start adding people to your group. Number 1, it's rude. Number 2, you'll get people pissed off like I get. And I'll post in your group and tell you, hey, why are you adding people without even talking to them? I don't even know the people they add me to a group. Never do that. These are the ethics, guys, of doing this stuff right. You know, when you're buying a solo ad, okay, I'm just going to tell you up front, when you're buying a solo ad and then you get those follow-up emails, I know a lot of you guys love to use our follow-up campaigns, and I'm going to give you a key tonight. I'm going to tell you exactly what to do, is to copy our campaign, copy it. Copy, you know, create your own campaign, copy all of ours into it, and then go back and edit the signature and put the link in it to your group, okay? That's going to take people into your group, so you're getting the value of the solo ad, and it's growing your group, not just ours. I mean, look, guys, we love to have them in our group, and you want to keep them coming to our group because that's where everybody's posting all their proof progress results. There's multiple people posting proof progress results all the time, and that's going to sell this for you. But where they can get one-on-one help is through your group. You know, the reality of it is I spend hours and hours and hours helping people, you know, all across the world at all different hours, and it's affected my sleep, it's affected the quality of my life, and the group was what saved me when I started back to that again, because it allowed people to have direct line of communication with me. But when I wasn't there, more often than not, you found my team would actually step up and answer those questions. So it does twofold. It doesn't just give you or give your people value, it gives them a way to communicate with you, and when you're absent, it gives them a way to get their answer. You know, so I always tell people, before you ask me a question directly, post it on my group, because if I'm unavailable, somebody there may answer it. If they don't answer it, within 24 hours, shoot me a quick message and let me get back to it and answer you. That way you're not just constantly sleeping and living your life by the laptop like I've done. And literally, guys, I've done that. I've been 18 hours in a chair for 5, 6, 7 days a week. And it doesn't give you the life that we want, that we're building and striving for in this business. So I'm going to teach you guys today, along with all these wonderful guys, we're going to teach you the gemstones of how to improve and increase your network and improve your life, your quality of your life, by being able to go out and do what you want, like Page's in his car driving around right now, probably going to go spend time with his kids like he always does. But these are the little things that are going to make you guys successful, okay? Ruffle. go ahead and unmute real quick and come on out, man.
Yeah, hello, hello.
So, I noticed you created a group as well. And, tell me the steps that you guys had out with your group, and tell me what happened as you exploded this, because it's starting to explode now, I've noticed.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to do, I'm looking at all of you leaders like Fraser, Rob, Ari, and I am big, Frank, as you told, and I try to be a copycat. I try to look, okay, what are they doing? How are they branding themselves? So I just going in step by step, looking at the groups, what they're posting, and then I started to make my own group, my own brand, because I knew I had to have a brand, maybe my name, and I made a brand name, the Rich Man One Plan, and from that I just started to post it in my follow-up emails after they signed up. So I had in the end under the signature, join my Facebook community if you want to connect with me. And that's how it all started. Just trying to brand myself, have my own ideas on the group, just helping people easier. So I also add them to your groups, because then if they have a proof progress results, they will see all the people that's engaging in the Leaders League 360. And then if they have more personal questions or that stuff, they come back to my group and I answer them personally and give them small tips that I've learned from you guys.
How long ago did you start your group?
Huh?
How long ago did you start your group?
I think it's 6 months ago I start my group, and I haven't added. It's 250 right now. I haven't added any people, just you, Ari, and Rob Fraser. That's all the people I added personally, and the rest of them come from traffic from my follow-up emails.
That's wonderful, man. So what are the people seeing inside your group, and what is happening in your world because of the group? That's what I want to know. What's the direct result you're seeing?
So what I see from the result of the group is that people it's easier for them to join a group from the email and just watch what the plan is and what they have to do. And then it's easy for them to connect directly with me because they see I'm real, I'm giving value, and that makes just my converting a lot better, because some of the people that join my group aren't even in the programs. They just want to watch what I'm doing, what other people are saying inside the group since I promoted, since I joined my Facebook community. And I know for sure that because of that group and because I brand myself, I got many signups that gets active because they see I'm giving value on the Facebook group.
That's exactly right, man. That's exactly. Now, hey, we brought Miguel out. Miguel hit me last minute. I'm glad he's here. He's over in Hawaii right now. I think it's about 5 a.m., right? Right, Miguel?
Actually,
awfully early, isn't it? Yeah, so it's awfully early. But
okay, can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, perfect. Yes, it's actually 6:20 right now.
6:20.
We had a little bit of wine yesterday and some movies, so we're waking up. We're gonna go snorkel all day. It's gonna be awesome.
That's
Panama
awesome.
Bay.
Man. That's awesome. So he's over in Hawaii enjoying the fruits of his labor, And Miguel, tell me if I'm wrong or right. Actually, I think you got your own Facebook group now too, right?
Yes. Well, I'm actually creating a new Facebook group. It's called Top Notch Marketers, and I'm actually creating some stuff. I'm trying to find some graphic designer, creating some new images, make it a little bit more professional. But yes, I have Miguel Adam Facebook group. I have the Top Notch Marketers is the newest one. But I like just to, if someone has some issues, then I can have or nudge them all at once, and that's all it is. I just want them to see that I'm real. If something happens, then that's the thing, is I don't do once at a time. Try to explain, distribute information at single place that everybody can see at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, guys, look, your Facebook group is an extension of you. So let me give you a free piece of advice. Okay, when you guys are creating your Facebook group, don't just toss up some shitty picture, man. Don't do it. Go to Fiverr. Listen to what I'm saying. Go to Fiverr. Okay, it's $5. Take $20, and go over and have 4 headers created for your group, and then choose the best one. Okay? And the reason I tell you that is that little bitty, header at your group's going to attract a lot of attention. People are going to see it's professional, it's dialed in, and make sure it's about you. Like you notice how when I first started my Ari Maccabi's maximum money formula, I could have just put maximum money formula, but that had nothing to do with me. So I put Ari Maccabi's in the front of it, and guess what? People got to know who I am a lot better. They got to see my face, the little cartoon, then they got to see me in person and realize, hey, he's a real person. And, that was the thing. That was kind of like my little claim to fame, because everybody that would email me or message me, I would respond to every single person. And in the beginning, that's really what you have to do. As you start to build your group up, your group will start to help you a little bit and give you support, and that'll give you a little bit of free time. But you still have to be there to help your people. If you want to be successful and you want to make, hundreds of thousands of dollars online, you're never going to get there by answering 5 or 6 questions a day. Listen to what I just said. You're never going to get there by answering 5 or 6 questions a day. If you help just 5 or 6 people a day, man, that's failure. I'm just going to tell you up front, you're going to help 30 or 40 people a day, even those that are not you, are not yours, because what's happening is everybody's going to ask questions. When they see somebody step up and become a position of authority, like Frazier talked upon, I know Frazier's had my people go to him and ask him questions. I know, he knows his people came to me and asked questions. The same thing with Rodney and everybody on this panel. The reality of it is I'm not always available. But by reaching out and helping people and continuing to help people, those people develop relationships with me, which therefore increases my network. I mean, you guys have seen me post in some of the groups and tell people go join Frazier's group inside my group. Why? There's no jealousy, man, between me. There is no competition between us. We're on the same page. Same thing with Rodney and Raffo and Miguel. I'm happy to help anybody promote their group and expand their network. Okay, as long as you're doing it right, you're doing it ethically, and you're really looking out for the people. That's the most important part to me, guys. Look, it's not all about the dollar, okay? Making money is wonderful, but something, if you can't sleep at night, that money's doing nothing but putting your body on a hotbed, man. I'm just telling you up front. You have to have it where you're doing it and you're doing it right in your heart of hearts, and that's the most important thing that I can stress to you guys. You got to be a pro at everything you're out there doing. Whether it's Facebook, whether it's FutureNet, or any other program that you're out there doing, you have to assume a position of authority, because people look up to that. When they believe that you can lead them to the promised land, they will come to you, okay? And you don't get there by acting like a sheep, okay? You have to be a little bold with some of your statements. That's, I applaud Frank for that, because he goes out and tells people, hey, I'm going to be #1 in traffic monsoon. In reality, that'll probably never happen, because there are people with 500,000 packs. But you know what? People believe it, they come to him. And that's how he's branding himself online. And I applaud him for it. I'm not putting him down for that in any way. I do it a little bit different. I'm a little more subtle. I like to put out what I'm doing and tell people, hey, check it out. I can't believe it. It's just amazing, boom, boom, boom. Because honestly, when I find something that works, very simple, I am bedazzled by it, because, man, after 13 years, I've seen all kinds of stuff. I mean, I've seen curveball after curveball where, I thought it was going to be great. You jumped in, you started promoting it, and then it was a turd. And, obviously the companies never went down. People got paid. But the reality of it is I still don't want to promote that turd, regardless of how much money I make off of it or how much money I don't make off of it. I want to do it right. I want to find the right programs. That's why I'm a picky bastard. And I know all these guys on the panel are the same way. Like when we see stuff out there that's just not up to snuff, or there's something missing, just like, FutureNet, when it came across the plate 8 months ago, it was missing something. And then when they changed and they added Future App Pro to it, obviously I saw, man, hold up a second. We just jumped into everything here with, with Leaders League 360. And, Traffic Monsoon's always been our backbone. It's never going to go away, guys. But we added, Beyond Push. We added, Automated Wealth Network, and we were always with PLS. PLS and TM are our mainstays, guys. They're not going to go anywhere. The reality of it is we were looking for a way to educate our people. Now, I know you guys have joined, a lot of you have joined Automated Wealth Network, but I also know a lot of you haven't went through the videos. This is something else Brandon and I talked about. He was like, man, I'm living a busy life. I'm taking care of my daughter. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I haven't had a chance to go through the videos. Well, let me help you understand something. It only takes you 12 to 15 hours to go through most of the courses, on that platform, okay? Maybe let's just say 40 hours to go through most of the courses. But here's the reality. You only got to go through that once if you're smart and you take good notes, okay? If you're a dummy like me, you got to go through it twice or 3 times. And that's the truth, guys. Look, when I started this business, I didn't just learn something once. I made the same dang mistake 5 or 6 times that cost me thousands of dollars over and over again. And we're trying to shorten that learning curve for you guys with Automated Wealth Network. The videos in it, they're priceless. If you haven't spent the time going through those videos and educating your brain and making sure that you understand what's in the videos in themselves, you're missing out. You're missing on some very, very key points, man. Would you agree with me, Fraser, in that? You got to unmute yourself, buddy.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, and I'm glad you asked me that question because I wanted to give the people an example today. I got a text message with a link on it to some kind of product, and then the person who sent me the message, they rang me, and they said, did you look at my link and whatnot, etc., etc. I said, no, I haven't. What is it? They're trying to push a product on me. And then as we got talking, I didn't want to be disrespectful. I said, how's your TM business doing? How's this doing? How's your Beyond Push, They said, oh, it's not doing very well. I said, why not? They said, because we don't know how. And that kind of, it switched a light bulb on in my head. And I said to her then, why don't you know how to do what we're doing? Have you been through the videos? Have you been on YouTube? Have you typed into Google your question? Have you took the effort to learn something and implement it? And that's what AWN was there for, so that people could go through the videos and, learn what we're doing. And to be honest with you guys, there's so much video footage out there, so much content out there just on YouTube about what we're doing and how it works. It's not hard. All you've got to do is type in your question and you'll get a video with a step-by-step guide of how you have to do things. And it leads me on to say that, and I wanted to bring this up in this webinar today, that you've got to take responsibility for your personal development and your personal learning, because nobody can do it for you and nobody will do it for you. And that's, it's a harsh reality, but you've got to learn things. An iPhone comes out, you learn how to use the iPhone. YouTube came out, you learn how to use YouTube. This lady said to me, I don't know how to use a computer. So I said, did you know how to drive a car before you passed your test? She said, no. I said, so what did you do? She said, I found a driving instructor. And I learned from a driving instructor how to drive a car. It's the same with us, guys, where you can consider us as driving instructors, Just follow what we're doing and copy it. Exactly. It's really simple. But you've got to take the initiative and, put yourself in that position to learn stuff, even though it might be difficult, it might be quite intimidating sometimes. And that's the only way you're going to move forward. So I'm glad you asked me that question, Ari, because I really wanted to put that point across today.
Yeah, that's I can't tell you how many people said to me, hey, I'm doing everything you say we're doing, but I just don't get it. Well, the reality is we as leaders sometimes, we got to dumb ourselves down. Remember when we were brand new. Because when you're brand new, everything looks overwhelming. And it really does. It looks like, oh my gosh, man, I got this 45-inch pizza in front of me and there's no way I'm going to be able to finish it. You know something? I get it. But you got to eat one slice at a time. You start that with Automated Wealth Network. Start going through the training and picking up little things, that will actually help add to what you're doing. Okay, you start creating a success plan for yourself. You update your Facebook profile. You make it clean. You go through your friends list. Anybody that's posting porn or crap on your page, get rid of them, because I'm telling you, I'm not coming to your Facebook profile. Okay, a while back I had, yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I don't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to touch on what you just said. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, go ahead, hit it.
Man, you have to, okay, first of all, just to kind of simplify for people, especially people who are just starting, you have to give yourself guidelines, because, you have to think about what you do on your day-to-day routines. You're basing things, it's kind of like the commandments, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not, I'm not going to cheat on my wife. So every decision that you do throughout your everyday life is based off of the guidelines that you hold inside. So you have to do the same thing for your business. Like, and when Phaedra was talking, he hit a lot of points that I agree with as well. And he reminded me to pull this book out. I don't know if anybody can see it, but it says inspired thoughts. I wrote this. It's all beat up now, but I wrote this exactly a year after I got online. It was July 2012, and so I just want to read 3 things out of it that I wrote down as guidelines for myself. Okay, so I wrote the law of compensation. The law of compensation is based off of the need for what you do, how well you do it, and the difficulty it is in replacing you. So in other words, you have to become a person of value, right? Also, I wrote, what problems am I solving and for who? And the last thing I wrote was, I will offer value to others so that others feel that being in association with me will increase themselves. And so those were my my guidelines. So everything I've done since I wrote that down was based off of, does it fall in line with that? If it doesn't, I'm not going to do it. So it keeps me in line. I don't veer away from the core, guidelines that I gave myself. So for somebody who's just starting or somebody who's just having a rough time, who's been at it for a while, give yourself guidelines. Create what I just did the other day was I went to Fiverr. I had a guy make up a wall, a desktop wallpaper design for me, and I have 12 rules that I follow every day. If it doesn't fall within those rules, I don't do it. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to touch on what you and Phaser both said.
Do me a favor, reread the first one because I want to talk about it for a second.
Okay, the very first one.
Yep.
The law of compensation.
Yep.
The law of compensation is based off of the need for what you do, how well you do it, and the difficulty it will be in replacing you.
Okay, listen to what he just said, guys. Listen. You have to make yourself irreplaceable. Nobody can take your spot. Okay? The only way you can do that is to create value to the people that are following you. The only way you can do that, guys, is by helping people in personal interaction. No email list can do that for you. I don't give a crap how big your email list is. If you ain't helping your people, you're failing. Okay? It doesn't matter how big your group is. You're failing if you ain't helping your people. Okay, now, let me just cover a couple topics because I had a lady message me the other night, and I love her to death. God knows I love her. I spent a lot of time with her. She's became like family to me. But the reality is, me logging onto your computer and setting up your Payza or setting up your accounts, that's not help. That's me enabling you to fail. Okay, the reality is you have to learn to do these yourself. Now, tonight I'm going to help her again do some of these things, but the reality is, guys, look, you have to help yourself. We can give you the knowledge, okay? And I'm not beating up on anybody. I want you to understand something, guys. Look, we can give you the knowledge, but if you don't execute it, okay, you're never going to go anywhere in this business. You're going to make peanuts, and you might make enough, to take a vacation once a year, which you're not going to make income, and you're not going to create freedom for yourself. And that's my thing, guys. Look, I want you guys to be free from your jobs. I want you to fire your boss. I want you to walk out and do a dance when you hit the parking lot, and I want you to be able to live your life on your terms. And the only way you're going to do that is by doing what Rodney just said. You have to be irreplaceable. You got to create massive amounts of value for people to come to you, okay? In my world, when you look at me from the outside in, you see a guy that knows a whole lot about internet marketing. Not really. Let me just tell you the facts. I know a lot about traffic, okay? I know a lot about traffic. I don't build websites myself. I got a team that builds them for me. But I can envision and I can see exactly what I want so clear that I can draw it out on a piece of paper or draw it out in the publisher and then hand it over to my team and they can breathe life into my thoughts and then we can put it together. I can see something that I think is good but missing something and I can tear it apart and put it back together better than most people can. That's how my brain works. I'm a problem solver by nature. And the problem with people is we're lazy, okay? We're too lazy to watch the videos. We're too lazy to get an education. We're too lazy to actually take notes and create a success plan and make ourselves a person of value. And that's where we're failing, guys. And even us as leaders, and I'm telling you this today, we failed, okay? We have failed to actually be there and show you exactly what we're talking about right now. We should have did this months ago. So I apologize to you. I'm here to tell you that I apologize. I'm here to tell you that we're going to change this. I'm going to do something very unique this week, okay? So I'm just going to tell you now. I'm going to have a little contest for it, and I will be posting it on my wall, so I want you guys to pay attention, okay? Every day for this next week, I'm going to do a quick hangout. I'm going to invite somebody onto the hangout that has some value, that's been doing some of the things, and I've been watching them do it. They may not even know who it is, but but I'm going to tap them, and I'm going to do it. And the hangout's going to be at various times throughout the day, but they'll always be recorded. And then I'm going to invite 3 people onto the hangouts. Now, check it out. It might be when you're asleep. Get up. Get your ass out of bed and get on the hangout if I invite you. Okay? The reason being is that's going to give you a position, guys. It's going to make people look to you like you've got some authority, that you actually have some value. And you want you to be able to ask me questions live on the air, not planned. I'm going to tell you, listen to what I'm saying, not planned. I want you to ask me anything off the wall, and I'm going to give you an honest answer. I'm not going to give you the fluff. I'm not going to give you the pre-planned questionnaire. You got to fill it out so I can answer you properly. No, none of that. It's going to be unscripted, and I'm going to just do this all week long and start answering some questions. And then the next week, I'm going to challenge one of my other leaders to do the same thing. And then we're going to pass the baton again and have somebody else do it. So we're going to try to knock this out over 5 or 6 weeks. And the reason I want to do this little challenge right here of helping people is going to help answer a lot of unanswered questions that we have, because, you know, we hear all different types of things. I get peppered with questions all throughout the day. And I call it peppering because I get an email here or there 24 hours a day, you know, coming in, or a Facebook message being peppered to me all throughout the day. It's hard to keep up. So in essence, what I'm going to try to do is put these videos out, create a library of them for a whole bunch of answers, and then we'll be able to give these answers out to you guys. I hope you guys can appreciate it. I think it's going to create some value. I think you guys are going to get some good things from us. You know, again, you got to create a success plan. You know, it's going to start with your Facebook profile and your FutureNet profile. You want to make sure it's complete, it's dialed in, guys. And then you're going to start with your list. You're going to start practicing, you know, a letter from the heart. You need to get back into Traffic University, and you need to watch the very first video we created. You need to figure out what a letter from the heart is and an evidence of success. Because if you don't have these in your repertoire, okay, you're not connecting with your email list. You're just not. They have to know who you are. And the only way you can do that is by giving something that's got some personal connections and something that's got real value to you guys. I want you to really start honing your skills on this, because just sending people out, you know, an email saying, hey, join me in this or join me in that, there's no value to that. Okay? When you can show that you've helped somebody in an email, you're creating a story. Stories sell, people tell. Okay? Remember what I just said. Stories sell, people tell. Stop telling people in your emails. Start telling stories and let them do the selling for you. People will connect with you on a higher level, and they'll be more loyal to you than anything, guys. And I'm just going to tell you up front, loyalty is everything in this business, because the more loyal people, I mean, you look at Rob Fraser. Okay, Rob Fraser, he's been at his group for what, Fraser, over a year, right? But, you know, shaking his head, yes, so about a year, but the reality is he's got about 3,000 members in his group. But you want me to tell you something? Rob's got 3,000 warriors in his group. Warriors. Those boys will go to war for Rob, okay? You think I'm lying? Go test me. Go over there in his group and say something bad about him and watch how many people pounce on you. It won't happen, because, you know, he's taught them, you know, over and over strategies. And look, you know, Rob and I didn't always get along. We didn't always see eye to eye on things, but, you know, something, I respected what he was doing. Rob respected what I was doing, and one day we finally connected, and when we did connect, it started to change. And I'm telling you guys, you know, you have to start giving value to your people, and the only way you're going to do that is by a good Facebook profile, a good group focused on the programs that you're in, okay, and give. Your programs may not be the same as ours, and that's okay. I'm never gonna beat up on you for jumping into something outside of what we're in, but I do want to help you be successful in whatever you're in. And the only way you can do that is by increasing your network. So I appreciate Brandon Williams by jumping on me and saying, hey, man, you know, you talked about all these things, you've done this, but you really haven't explained. And I assumed, and I took it for granted, and I missed the boat. And you know something? I apologize. I know every one of these guys up here, you know, they probably feel the same, because, you know, we've all probably overlooked the little common problem, and that's what we're here today to touch upon, man. Miguel, can you chat now? Can you talk? You unmute yourself.
Hello.
All right, there you go. Yeah, so man,
Okay.
talk to us about your world, man. Talk to us about what's happening over there, what's happening in your life right now, and in your business life, obviously, because I know you're in a bunch of different programs. Some of them are not the same as mine, but you're successful, man. And you know, talk to us about how you got there and how you built your following.
Well, my first issue in the past was that I was, first of all, like was mentioned in the past, is that I was product shiny product chaser, and I was always being sold a dream, but I was never taking action to make that dream a reality. So I was sticking to this vicious circle of only buying books, buying programs, buying like stuff from those gurus that would make so appealing to join, but never realized that it was never working. And the only way they were making their money was selling the product itself. But then again, I just connections, following some people that have been doing it for like years and listen to their recommendations. And obviously, my very first program that I joined, which is like a profit share business. And when I started to do that, this is where I started to see the more success and more success. And the thing is, I told myself is like, it's hard sometimes for someone that just starts in a business to see immediate results. And when they don't see immediate results, well, they don't trust you because they spend the money and they say, well, I don't see anything in return, so what gives? What gives? And obviously they need to do the training and stuff like this. But at the same time, I think for them to see a boost, for them to see some results, help them out, and when they start seeing results, then they start building trust in you, and then they will follow you more for all the other products that you're going to have to do. But if you obviously wants to give them like something that it's going to be so hard for them to try to get in, or like like a high ticket products, as soon as you don't you don't know the person doesn't know internet marketing, there's different targeted audience. So you have to know to who you're talking to, and this is how people are talking to me. It's like, how do you get people to join your business? Well, it depends. What is the business? What is the person? Can they relate to each other? And is there going to be like a good match with each other? It's like Match.com, right?
Yeah.
Have a girlfriend, have a boyfriend, match them together. So you just need to figure out which business will fit with which person, which personality will fit with this business. And this is what I started to do. Another thing too is like following Google Hangouts, learning, and if I can say something, if someone has some issues, if they don't know what to do, what I first did when I first started is, if I didn't have the answer, I would go on YouTube. Everything is on YouTube. If you don't know how to set up a Payza account, go click how to set up a Payza account. Someone out there already done it. You know, if you want to learn about internet marketing, well, that's the thing. AWN, perfect place to start. It's all there. The setup blueprint, everything is done for you. So if you want to learn, then you have to take the time to do it. If you are expecting someone to do it for you, then you are putting yourself as a follower. And I was reading the book as well, 4 Hours Work Week, which makes total sense as well. And too many people are trying to get traffic without helping the people that are producing the income within their business. So I like to go with the 80-20 rule. If there's 20% of people within your business that are making 80% of your income, then spend 80% with those people. So because these are the guys that already put trust in you. They have followed you for a while. They're gonna follow whatever products you start, and this is how you're gonna get there. Don't focus on trying to bring too many products or people or traffic, but just focus on focusing on people that are worth it, people that are worth your time, people that are worth to listen to what you have to say. Because if people have thousands of questions but only spend $1 on your product or services, then you're not gonna go anywhere. And these are people that's gonna drain your brain. And that's sad to say, but it happens. There's a lot of people like that.
Yeah,
But
you're hitting on two things, man, that I want to talk about real quick, guys. Look, you're going to get a lot of people, man, that are going to ask you a ton of questions that aren't going to make themselves any money nor you money. That's just the reality of life. Okay, you still got to help those people, but you want to help those people in a group setting. Okay, in a group setting. If you want to help people and you want to do one-on-ones, you do that with your movers and shakers. You do that with the people that are actually making strides, that are out there doing stuff. Like, in my world, I had a guy named Michael Smith. Michael, I applaud you today, hit 100 people on FutureNet and signups. And the reality of it is, if you guys don't know Michael, he's here in the Philippines. He was broke and ended up homeless, in the Philippines as a foreigner. And that's a very tough spot to be in, guys. A very, very tough spot. I wanted to help Michael. I wanted to bring him over here and put him up on my sofa, and I didn't do it. And I didn't do it for a reason. I was going to enable him to continue to just slouch and just not do a lot. Well, I was right, because guess what happened? Michael picked up life, squeezed the balls, and went to work. And now he hit 100 people in FutureNet, and he did it in like 20 days or something like that. He's motivated. He's back on his edge. And by the way, Michael, if you need a sofa to sleep on now, man, you can come sleep on it, because now I know you're not going to just lay back and kick your feet up. You're going to work. So I'm happy to share my sofa with you now, because you have gotten my attention. And I want you to know that there's guys out there. These are the people you want to work with. These are the people, the ones that are hungry, the ones that want to make money. Okay, you're going to know by the questions they ask you. Tina Barnett's another one. She hits me up all the time. I love this lady. She always hits me up. She's always asking me good quality questions. When people like this keep asking you good, solid questions, you spend time with them. You help them. If they need to borrow a little money to get something done, man, believe me, I don't mind doing that when I see somebody that's moving and taking action, continually do it. Doesn't mean I'm just going to pay you all the time, but it does mean that I will help you. And, in her case, she had the money. She just couldn't get it out. So I traded her a bunch of vouchers, which I knew I was going to use, and then I went out and gave her back the money so she could upgrade and do the things. And, guys, look, these are the things that we'll do for you if we see you making waves. But if I see you just being lazy and asking questions, I mean, come on, I got a person that's in my traffic monsoon downline that used to ask me for help over and over again and asked me to help her people over and over again. And it wasn't helping her people. It was she wasn't doing her work. When you got 40 packs or 50 packs and you've been in traffic monsoon for months on months and you got as many signups, listen to what I'm saying, you have as many sponsored people, many of them have way more ad packs than you. That tells me that you're earning commissions, but you're not putting it back into your business. Why would I just all of a sudden drop everything to go help your people? That makes no sense, guys. Okay? You have to help yourself in order to get my attention for me to help you. Okay, if you earn, okay, then you should be investing back into your business. You should be investing back into the things that you guys need to do to be successful. That comes with building your list. Now, look, Miguel just touched on this topic, so I want to hit this and I want to hit it out of the park so you understand, okay? When I was in the car business, I spent a little bit over 11 years in the car business, guys. We had a saying, and that saying was, there's an ass for every seat. Okay, no matter how ugly the car was that came into the lot, we knew that there was an ass for every car, every seat in every car on the lot. We would sell them all. We knew it, but we just didn't know who. Some people like beautiful cars, others like ugly cars, others just want a car, okay? And that's the reality of this, okay? Your list is basically the same way. Just because you send everybody to the Leaders League 360 funnel and they don't sign up doesn't mean they're not interested in making money from home. Listen to what I just said. Just because you send an email to everybody that drives them to the Leaders League 360 funnel doesn't mean they're not interested in making money from home. It just means they didn't necessarily like the offer you put in front of them. It's not a perfect match for them. This is how you learn to promote multiple offers and multiple streams of income, guys, is because you take that same lead and you let them run through the autoresponder, and then after that lead has died, basically, you breathe life back into it. You do that by sending a broadcast that sends them to a completely different sales funnel, a completely different opportunity. And again, you should have a group for that. Don't have one group for every single thing unless they're all in one funnel like we did in Leaders League 360. You notice we got FutureNet. We put that over in the Prime group. We got Leaders League 360. That's here. I got Maximum Money Formula. It's got 4 corners in it, but not the other programs at Leaders League 360. It's over in a different group. The reason I did that is I tried to keep them separated, okay? And for a while, yeah, I wanted to put everything all at once because it was easier for me. But you know something? I stood back, I listened to my people, and they were right. I needed to keep them separate. And that's what you guys have to do. You got to keep them separate, and you got to keep. It doesn't mean that you're not going to promote to those people because a lot of those people are already in your list. But this way, you're not stealing from your downline. And Michael Hagee, thank you. You're right. So we're going to actually stick with that. We're going to keep it that way, above board, all the way across. We're going to promote what we have the group for specifically in the group. Now, tonight's hangout, obviously, you hear us talking about a lot of things because I told you this wasn't going to just be about Leaders League 360. we are going to talk about it, and I'm going to hit on some of these programs in a few minutes. But guys, I want to drive home the point that once you build the list is your list. That's your network. It's the same thing with your Facebook group. As you build your Facebook group, you know, you're going to find more and more people are adding into it. You want to treat it ethically, because the people that are at the top, that are driving people and filling up that group, they're going to be loyal to you. You're going to breed loyalty amongst those people, and you want to keep those people on your side, okay? But your list, I'm just telling you up front, your list, your email list, you want to take that and you want to turn that into, you send it to this offer, it doesn't convert. Let the emails finish, 2 or 3 day break, broadcast, new offer. That's how you build your network. That's how you build these income streams, and money starts to flow in. I said it a few weeks back, Danish proverb. Many small streams can create a river. That's what we're trying to teach you guys right now, how to build a river. I want to create the Nile right here in the Philippines. I'm going to do that directly to my bank account. Okay? Rodney, I know you had a couple things you wanted to point out, so come back on, Rodney, and give us that info.
All right, can you hear me good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm an analytical person. So I want to speak to those who are analytical, and you know, it's nice for us to throw out theories and concepts and strategies, but if it's not broken down, a lot of people won't receive it well. So I want to give an example, and it might sound a little weird, but a guy named Mitchell Lotito, the guy actually ate a bike, right? He ate an airplane. He eats metal stuff. So if I go up to you and I say, hey, this is a bicycle, you can eat it, you would look at me like I'm crazy. How can you do that? Or even an airplane, right? But what he did was, and it goes to show that this works for everything. What he did was he broke every single piece of the bicycle down and he melted it into tiny pieces, and then he consumed it. So it's the same way with us giving you this information. Like, for example, I'm drinking this jug of water right here, right? So if I offered this to Ari, he said, oh, no, I'm good. I don't need any water. But if I offer that same jug to someone who's been in the desert for 30 days and is on their last breath and about to die, you know, you've seen these survival shows where, you know, these people, they make a fire and they're literally crying because it took all of their energy and all of their hopes and everything to have that happen. It's the same thing. So when we tell you to provide value, a lot of people get worried and say, well, what do I say? Or I don't know anything, or no one will listen to me. Whatever you learn, or whatever humps you get over and hurdles you get over and problems you solve, share it. Share it with people on your wall, because check this out. I wrote down 2 things. Value is what people need and care about, right? So what we're doing right here on this hangout, we're giving back. You know, every single person on this hangout is talking about something that they learned and mistakes that they made, and telling you not to make the same mistakes, and we're telling you what works. Okay, so every single thing that everyone touched on, it absolutely works. Just like when Phaser said, get these people off of your email list and get them on your Facebook. I mean, that was an eye-opener for me like a year or 2 ago, because I always looked at Facebook as a social media. You know, you talk about the party you went to yesterday or whatever, but it's so brilliant that people can see your face, they see your personality, and you represent an idea. That's what you want to ultimately achieve, right? So if you look on my Facebook profile, let me see. It says, it's the name of my company, Mindless Marketing, and it says, live the internet lifestyle. And I have pictures of me and my family and having a good time. And I want to represent a guy who's getting results that you ultimately want to have, and also be approachable. You know, just like Ari said, these people who have no Facebook profiles, or they have fake celebrity, or, you know, mean looking, you know, don't have a mean profile picture as your main picture. Have something with you smiling and enjoying yourself, enjoying your family, having a good time. You want to be approachable. You know, these people on your list, those are your audience. Those are your potential customers and business partners. You want them to be able to feel free to contact you and, you know, ask for help, or tell them tell you that they just want to join you in whatever opportunity. So I just want to go over a few little steps that you can do to break it down in bite-sized pieces, so you can ultimately get the big picture. So like I said, the profile pic, you want to make sure you have a good, approachable pic. You come off with good energy. People, you know, like what they see, right? Because you're not going to approach a mean person on the street. You're not, if you need $1 and you're going to let 10 people with an angry face walk past you before you see someone that you get a good vibe from and say, hey, I'm sorry, I'm short on money. Do you have $1? It's the same thing. People are not going to approach you if you're giving off bad energy and bad vibes through your profile picture. All right. So, like I said, provide value, talk about what people care about. And this is the thing with me. If I'm in the middle of doing something, like yesterday, I posted up, I was playing catch with my son, and we was outside, he was playing on the pogo stick and everything. It's hard for me to remember, oh, catch this, and put it on Facebook because I'm in the moment and I'm enjoying myself. I'm starting to get into that where I'm doing something and I say, okay, well, this is showing my personality, this is showing my family and what I care about. Let me put it on Facebook. But I had to train myself to get into that. But this is what I learned a couple of days ago. They have a program called Post Planner, planner.com. You can go there. It's only like $5 a month. And what you do is you can preload a whole bunch of Facebook statuses. So you can put a quote and set it up to go out Sunday at 2 o'clock. You can do this is what I watched on my podcast. It's interesting. Go here. You can set up a whole week's worth of posts and you can just set it and forget it. You can arrange it in any order in any time you want. And that helps a lot with me because, like I said, if I'm in the middle of something, I don't remember to stop and try to share something or put valuable information on Facebook all the time. Be consistent with it. Post Planner, that's going to help you be consistent because you have no choice. It's going to go out automatically when you set it to go out. And build your tribe. Build your tribe. These people who are your friends and followers, they're looking for people to solve problems. They're the person that's in the desert, and they see you as the person with the jug of water. So you want to consistently be in front of that person, give them a little bit of water more and more as you start to learn. Share what you learn. Ultimately, you're becoming someone and they can see it. You might not see it, but at the end of the day, you're becoming that person of value by sharing what you're learning. So learn, do, and teach. Once you learn it, implement it, get a result, go back and share it with others. And that's the success formula that has worked for me. I'm sure it's worked for every one of these guys on here. But like I said, I'm analytical. It helps me to break things down into bite-sized pieces. And hopefully you can take something away from that. So profile pic, have something friendly on there. Share what matters to you, your family or whatever. Postplanner.com. Go there, check it out. It's really, really affordable, and it helps you be consistent and plan things out ahead of time.
Hey, Rodney, let me ask you real quick on postplanner.com. Does that cover more than just Facebook or Facebook only?
It's Facebook and Twitter. I think it's just Facebook and Twitter, but I haven't really dove into it too much. I just signed up for the beginning of the week, but it might have other social media stuff on there.
I'll give you another one. Yeah, Hootsuite, man. That's what I used to use Hootsuite a lot, and Raffle just does a bunch of things too. Hootsuite is another one, guys, you want to check out. It does a bunch of different social media platforms and does the same thing. You can schedule all your posts. I mean, it's fully integrated, guys. You can manage all your multiple social media profiles, even your groups from one little platform in Hootsuite, and it's sick. I'm just going to tell you up front, it's amazing. Been around a long time. In fact, I used it for SEO purposes for many, many years. You know, so it's a great tool. It's not that expensive either, guys. You can really change your life and change your what your results you're getting on social media with tools like Post Planner and tools like Hootsuite. Go back in, Rodney, finish up what you were saying.
Oh no, I mean that's pretty much it, man. Just don't get overwhelmed. Don't look at the airplane or the bike and say, how the hell can I eat this? Just think of it in a way that you can break it down into tiny pieces and you can consume anything. And ultimately, it's going to lead you to the big picture. But don't listen to what we're saying and see us in the light to where, oh, I can't do that. Because all we're doing is sharing what the rabbit holes we went down and what works for us. That's it. Just go back and do the same thing with your tribe, and it'll start to grow.
Yeah, Rodney hit a couple things, guys, and look, I know a lot of you guys know me from Traffic Monsoon, you know me from Beyond Push, you know me from FutureNet, but here's the reality. That's a very, very, very small piece of my income. I'm not a rev share guy. That's not my trait. That's not what people know me for. And they know me for traffic in the industry, for CPA, they know me for MLM, things like that. That's where I've made my bread and butter, and it's where I've made my money. The one thing I realized was when I signed up people in MLM, 97, 98% people fail. They don't make any money, and because they don't make quick money, they fall out. And when I originally talked to Frank many, many months ago, and we started talking about this, his thing was that really appealed to me is people get in and start making money right away. And that's what really caught my attention, and it made me realize that I could get these people, I could sign them up into a program, a rev share platform, they could start making money with me really quickly, and then I could show them other things. And that's what I'm trying to help you guys understand. Look, we're all going to make money in these rev share components, but this is something you should be treating as a launch pad, okay? Listen to what I'm saying to you. It should be a launch pad. The rev share components that you're out there, whether it be FutureNet or Traffic Monsoon, you can create banners and advertisements. You can advertise other things. Okay? The launch pad, that's the advertising platform for it. You've got a group of buyers that have joined these programs that are looking to make money from home. So you advertise your opportunities in front of these people. And when you do, watch what happens. You will get some signups. You will get some sales. I mean, you know, in my email today, I mean, gosh, guys, look here. I'll just show it to you because I think I'm really big on proof. So I'm just going to show you something. I'm going to open up my email real quick. Let me get this to open up. But I actually had, you can see right here, Big Club Network. Okay, guess where it came from? It came from one of my posts. Okay, you also take a look right here. I got another Big Club sign up right here. You're gonna laugh when I show you who that is. Look at that, Rob Frazier. Okay, guys, listen to what I'm telling you. I'm advertising these programs out there. These people are seeing these programs on these platforms and they're signing up. Why? Because they hear us talking about these things. Like, you know, we've been talking about Bitcoin because people need Bitcoin to be able to join FutureNet and work. So let's cover what Bitcoin is real quick, okay? Because everybody's a little confused about it. Okay, look, in Germany they got the Deutschmark, you know, okay. In UK they got the pound, okay. The US has the dollar, okay. You got the yen from China. You got all these different currencies out there. But if the internet had its own currency, it would be Bitcoin, okay. Listen to what I just said again. If the internet had its own currency, it would be Bitcoin. It's decentralized, meaning that it's not government controlled, not by any country. It's decentralized. It's person-to-person currency. It has a value. In fact, it was the #1 highest producing currency in 2015. None produced better. The reason I'm bringing this up is the ease of doing business with Bitcoin. Like if Rodney and I wanted to do business, he wanted to buy solo ad from me, or I want to buy solo ad from Rodney because Rodney sells them too. The reality is I could send him Bitcoin for 0 fees or like 1/10 of a penny. I mean, it's like so cheap, man. It's foolish for you not to understand this because you can save money with it. Like in the U.S., a lot of people don't realize, but you could go to Dell Computers, buy a computer, and Dell Computer will give you a 10% discount because you're paying with Bitcoin. Now, the reality of that is that's the only discount Dell Computers gives unless you're a government or a school. Okay, 10% in Bitcoin. And why do they do that? There's no transaction fees. There's no chargebacks. They don't have to worry about losing any money. Once the money is in hand, they ship your computer. There is no loss, no chance of loss, nothing. And it is the safest form of payment they can receive. So a lot of people that are a little confused about it or they don't know where to buy Bitcoin, you want to go to localbitcoins.com, localbitcoins.com, and you want to get an education on Bitcoin. But I'm going to encourage you guys to get fluent in this space, okay, because you're going to see a lot of things happening within the Bitcoin world in the next few years, I guarantee you. Right now, all across the United States, they're installing Bitcoin ATMs. You can walk in, put a debit card in, and buy Bitcoin, okay? Or you could go to that ATM and withdraw cash out from your Bitcoin account, from your wallet. It's happening. It's becoming a reality. People are tired of the banking industries. I mean, look what happened in Greece. Okay, if Greece would adopt, Bitcoin as national currency, the banks that stole everybody's money, that would have never happened. And it's the same thing in our world. Like PayPal froze all of our money. If TM had Bitcoin in there, guess what? They would have never known to freeze our account because Bitcoin is Bitcoin. You can't touch it. It's separate, okay? It's, people from Canada, you guys, Canada, actually, the UK, the US, Coinbase is probably your most popular wallet, okay? I know here in Thailand, we use coins.ph in the Philippines, and then they use coins.co.th, I believe, or .com.th over in Thailand. It's owned by the same guy who's an American that came here and put about $46 million into Bitcoin, developing all of these systems. And small little country as the Philippines it is, it's the #1 country for Bitcoin usability and ease. I mean, it's simple. And so, you guys need to find out where to get it in your country. Rafa, you might want to find out for us and give us an update, over in Norway, and the same thing in your area, Frazier, you might want to give an update and post it in our group. And the same thing for you, Rodney, because every part of the United States is different. I know New York has tried to regulate Bitcoin. And now a lot of these wallets don't like to actually even open up an account for somebody in New York. It's, you know, it's New York City, I should say, not the whole state. It's just kind of becoming a little bit of a nightmare on that behalf. But cryptocurrency in itself, guys, it's here to stay. You know, you want to educate yourself on it and get up to speed on it. And there's a few videos out there. You can actually just go to YouTube and type in what is Bitcoin, and you'll see some great videos that will explain it all. But look, guys far smarter than me, a lot more money than me, you know, Bill Gates, Richard Branson, between those two guys that dropped in somewhere between $70 and $80 million in Bitcoin. Not OneCoin, not any other cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. And there's a reason for it. Now, if you don't know how it works, when you go to buy your Bitcoin from a crypto exchange, okay, first and foremost, I don't care what kind of cryptocurrency you want to buy, if it's Litecoin, Blackcoin, whatever, because there are a lot of different ones. There's about 500 different types of coin. In order to buy any of those, you actually have to buy Bitcoin first. You have to buy Bitcoin, then you trade Bitcoin for the other one, just like you trade currency on Forex. So the reality of it is Bitcoin's here to stay because it's the gateway into cryptocurrency. It's never going away. I know everybody keeps talking about the next Bitcoin. Well, that's a crock. There is no next Bitcoin. It's physically impossible to be the next Bitcoin because they control the cryptocurrency exchange. There's no way in or out unless you own Bitcoin. So the first step is always buying Bitcoin. That's why a lot of these companies are integrating Bitcoin and not other types of currencies, okay? So get up to snuff on that, get up to speed. You know, let's start working on our Facebook pages, you know, our FutureNet pages. You know, guys, let's be professionals. Let's get our mind right, okay? Let's take the time to educate ourselves and get involved actually with Automated Wealth Network and the videos and actually do some of the training, okay? Don't be surprised if somebody asks me a question and I give you a video number back to go watch on Automated Wealth Network. It's going to start happening because even myself, I'm going to start going back through all the videos and I'm going to start finding out what tidbits of information is. And when people ask me questions, my answer is going to be video 19 or video this, you know, because it's going to force you guys to go back and get an education. It's going to force yourself to better yourself, guys, so you can be more successful online. Look, as leaders, we can give you so much information, but it's up to you to absorb it. It's up to you to put it into practice. And the one thing I can promise you is if you have information in your brain and you're not actively using it, you will forget it. I know it because I've done it time and time again. Just going through some of the fundamentals inside Automated Wealth Network brought back things that I totally had spaced, and it made sense to me. And I'm just telling you guys, you need to spend time educating yourself more than I can ever stress to you. Okay? Rafa, you got anything you want to add?
Yeah, there was actually something. When you talked about AVN at the beginning, because it's overwhelming for new people to start out, I would recommend to just start small, make a habit, like watch a video for 30 minutes every day and make a plan for 30 days. Then just go small, learn the basics, and then go on and on. Yeah, that was it.
Good, man.
Make
good.
Habits.
That's right, man. Make daily habits, guys. That's a key, man. If you guys make, you know, a schedule, a success plan for yourself, you know, that's one of the things you want to write down, man. Give yourselves 30 minutes of education a day or an hour of education a day, maybe 30 minutes before lunch and 30 minutes after lunch, where you guys can get up to speed. You know, look, when you're trying to eat it all and you sit down, you know, in the Automated Wealth Network and you look at it and you go, oh my God, there's that many videos. I know you're not going to do it all in a day. Stop worrying about it. Stop stressing about it. Just do a piece of it every single day and make it a habit. And pretty soon you'll be done with it and you'll look back at your notes and you'll realize all the things that you've learned and all the information that you have that you can now put into practice to really make yourself successful online and make yourself stand out. Look, your goal as a marketer is not to blend in. Okay, your goal is to be the purple cow in the middle of the damn field. Okay, because if you're the purple cow, you stand out. Okay, you want to stand out like a sore thumb, guys. You want to be the big fat red thumb or the big purple cow. You want to stand out and you want people to notice you for the right reasons. Okay, now listen to what I said, for the right reasons. So if your profile is a mess and people are noticing you for all the wrong reasons, it's a problem. Like, look, I'll give you an example. Okay, I have a buddy, Brad, for you. Brad, you know, one day unfriended me on Facebook out of the blue, and I had no idea he'd done it. And he's a personal friend. He's a real-life friend that actually traveled over to Arizona when I was living in Arizona and spent time with me. and somebody I really care about. Him and his wife Lois, they're great people. And we were talking about it. He says, "Man, you got stuff in your timeline feed. I can't have that." He's a Christian like me, and you know, I had guys that were posting like butt of the day pictures and all these types of things. And you know what? I didn't really realize because I had never paid attention to it. And he made a point. He pointed it out to me, and that was a very good point. It was a lesson learned to me on my Facebook profile. And you know what I noticed is when I started removing things like that from my Facebook profile, I started getting a lot more people on my profile that were of quality. And I'm just telling you, it doesn't matter what your faith is, what your personal beliefs are, guys. I'm telling you the facts are what the facts are. You've got to clean up your Facebook profile. You got to clean up your friends list. You don't want people posting crap on your Facebook profile. If that's the case and that's what you want, go create a second profile and use that profile for business. And make sure it's clean and make sure your friends on that profile are on the up and up and they're not posting crazy stuff on your timeline, because if they are, it makes you look bad. You know, it's, you know, by association. So just do the right things, man. You got anything over there, Miguel, you want to add? I saw Amanda over there with you, too. Say something for us, buddy. I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Miguel. Nothing. Uh-oh. Refresh your screen, man, and come back to us. Phaser, you got something you want to add to us, Phaser?
Yeah, guys. You know what? Every time I come into this Leaders League 360 group, you know, I always learn something new. And it's amazing some of the things, the finer details that you might miss or you overlook. All I want to say is, look, you've just got to take the bull by the horns, guys. You know, I know it's hard. I know it can be really frustrating. You know, I had a lady call me a couple of weeks ago. She goes, you know, I'm really on edge. I'm losing money. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. But the thing was, she wasn't following the strategy that we were teaching. This was the problem. What people think there's a shortcut to it, or they're going to become rich overnight. It's not going to happen, guys. You have to be realistic. And I would rather you took baby steps and did things properly than take giant steps and fall down at the end of it. Do you know what I mean? And that's,
Totally agree.
you know, that's all I wanted to say about it, really. Just, yeah, man, let's just get on this. I love it. I love this internet marketing malarkey, you know. I haven't worked since 2014, man, December 2014. I can't believe it. And this is coming from someone who didn't know nothing about the internet marketing side of things. I promise you that. Yeah. I'll never tell you something that isn't true about myself. And that's exactly what happened. I sat down and I went on YouTube and I thought, hold on, there's got to be more to this than meets the eye. When I started Traffic Monsoon, for example, and I started seeing videos about Power Lead System and Lead Lightning and how it all, you know, integrates with each other and how you can make money and advertise. And bam, before I knew it, I'm a fully blown internet marketer. And I've got people like Ari Maccabi adding me to groups without asking me. But, you know, and it's a great feeling of achievement when, you know, other leaders in the world, you know, you become good friends, they become your mentors, you know, and it leads on to really, you know, I'll be lifelong relationships with you guys now, all because of this. So, and tomorrow, if anything did happen, I would still be your friends for life, do you know what I mean, in whatever we do. And I think if we could take that away from this, the most important thing is the relationships that we build. It's not about how, it doesn't matter how much money we make or how much money we don't make, even though it's nice to make money. Just think about the relationships you're building, because right. From that you're going to develop into it's going to open up a whole load of new doors and new worlds for you. Do you know what I mean? So I just thought I'd end it on that note, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's good, man. Now, you touched on really good things, guys. Look, it is about the relationships. It's not about the money. You know, you guys don't understand. You have some of the best people in the business right here, and you know, on this video right now tonight. And you know, obviously, we will have again tomorrow. We will have again Wednesday. Some of the best people in the industry. And the reason we're all doing business together is because we built a trust. And that's what your people have to have with you. They've got to have some trust with you. So they've got to be able to have an open line of communication. They've got to be able to get their answers. You know, they've got to see how that they can grow something And you know what we were missing was what we started to give you tonight. And I'm going to keep this up all week long. I promise you, all week long. Okay, Miguel, you back now? Unmute yourself over there, Miguel, so we can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Hey, I can hear you. What's up? Good morning, sunshine. I see you over there in the side there, Miss
Good morning, sunshine. Like what I can do, the thing is I try to, and the thing that's what happened is like I unplug my headset and it screw everything up. So what I can do is I can do my little final point and I can pass the headset for her if she wants to pass anything.
Yeah, it's perfect.
But yeah, like so like yeah, it's gonna be a beautiful day. We're enjoying the .com lifestyle, guys. Like seriously, for people who are watching this and you just thinking with a mindset of I wish that would be me. Well, guess what? You don't have to wish because you just have to stick with us, stick with the group, stick with your leader, stick with your sponsor. Your sponsor is here. He brought you over here, give you a favor. So stick with them, follow the products, keep learning from those Google Hangouts, keep watching YouTube videos, become the go-to guy, become the expert, and then after that, this is how you build a team because the team needs a leader to make them win the game. And if you can make them win the game, then obviously you're ready for the next season, you know? So you're all set. You're all ready to go, and that's all I wanted to say, Ari. And if you want, I can pass to you, Amanda.
Let's bring the princess out, the Sleeping Beauty.
Okay.
Hi.
Good morning, Sleeping Beauty. How are you?
I'm great. I'm in Hawaii.
You're loving the beach, aren't you?
I am. Sorry, I was asleep. I didn't know you wanted us on.
No, it's okay. It's absolutely okay. So, you know, I hit you guys up last, you know, like I knew you guys would probably be asleep, but I hit you up last because we were short on a little people because Big's obviously on vacation in Cabo. And you know, we changed the format up tonight, but, you know, what we were talking about really was just, you know, the missing things. You know, and Amanda, you know, let me ask you, I mean, if there's anything that you feel that, you know, we haven't taught that's missing out there that people need to know, what would that topic be?
I don't think anything's missing. I think people are looking for something to be missing to make it, you know, easier for them because they don't want to put in the hard work. But they've just got to follow the system, follow what you're doing, follow what we're doing, and just get on with it. Really, people just need a kick up the ass.
Yeah, that's sometimes we all do, guys. Look, hey,
that's what's missing. That's what's missing. Give people a kick up the ass.
Hey, Rodney, you got any last points you want to cover?
I think we pretty much covered it all, man. We pretty much covered it all. Just take action and take it serious. Start to treat it as a business. You know, that's all.
That's it, guys. So look, you know, the purpose of the call tonight obviously was to go over the Leaders League 360. You know, what are those programs? Beyond Push, it's Traffic Monsoon, Automated Wealth Network, and its Power Lead System. You've already heard how important Automated Wealth Network is to your success, okay? Beyond Push and Traffic Monsoon, there are programs that are easy that's going to get you earning money quickly. It's going to give you the income so then you can step into the free time that you have and apply that by learning an Automated Wealth Network. That was always the strategy, okay? And while you were actually learning, you could earn by basically taking our funnels, okay, and using our share codes inside Power Lead System to start driving traffic and starting to build an income, okay? That was the whole purpose that we put all four of these programs together, and it's worked exponentially. I know I was talking to Rob Fridge the other day, and I know he's making about $2,000 a day in Beyond Push, which is even more than me, and I'm above him. You know, and that's entirely okay, guys. Look, I am absolutely 100% not mad that Rob's making more money than me in Beyond Push. More power to you, brother. Keep earning. That's what this is about. You know, when somebody joins you and then they blow past you a little bit, man, support them, guys. Don't let the jealousy or the envy, you know, bleed in. Be supportive of your people. Be supportive of your teams. No matter what, you can have a little friendly competition, but, you know, don't bash people. Don't put people down, especially the guys that you're working with and your partners. That's just the most ludicrous thing that you could ever see happen. I apologize it happened between Frank and I. You know, it wasn't something I wanted to see happen. You know, I'm happy we're past it now. We're moved ahead, and, you know, he's doing his thing. You know, more power to you, Frank. Go be successful, brother. And we're going to stay over here. We're going to keep doing our thing. We're going to stay in our lane, and we're going to be successful. This is what it's about, okay? You know, from my heart to your heart, I apologize today again. You know, we missed giving you this little bit of information that I believe is probably, you know, the missing link to you being successful, okay? Yes, you have to build yourself a network. You have to build yourself a following. Yes, you need to buy solo ads. You need to stop worrying about, did I get a sign up or I didn't get a sign up. You have to make it a habit to keep buying solo ads and growing your list. Then you've got to be able to properly communicate with that list, to build rapport with them, to build trust with them. And again, just because you've done all of those things and they haven't signed up in that one opportunity that you're pitching doesn't mean they aren't looking to make money from home. It just means that one opportunity is not the right one. So you need to give them something else. And that's why we love LL360. We love the whole concept with multiple streams of income in it, because there's something in there literally for everyone. Okay? We want you guys to be successful online. So today, here's what I want you guys to do, okay? I'm going to create a post on my Facebook wall within the next 5 minutes, okay? After I'm done with this hangout and we shut down, we're going to have a few minutes of communication, and when I'm done, I'll make the post. Don't go to my wall and start posting. But I'm going to ask you guys what should be the topic for my learning hangout tomorrow, okay? For my coaching hangout basically tomorrow. So you guys can actually select the topic. Whoever posts, you know, a comment, and it's the topic that we choose, what I will do is I will take all of those names for the same thing that they want to learn. I'll draw one out of a hat. I'll invite you on tomorrow, okay? So you want to go to my wall. You want to post, okay, what you want to learn, what you think we're missing, what we haven't hit upon, okay, that you need to know, you know, and we're going to give you that information. Now, I'm going to have you on so you can ask me questions, and then I'm going to pick somebody that actually maybe from that same list that might have that same inquiry, and I'm going to pick somebody I know out there that's already doing and can answer that question besides myself. I'm going to bring them onto a hangout. So there's just going to be like 4 or 5 people in a hangout. And then, again, when I'm done for my week, I'm going to pass the baton to another leader, and I'm going to challenge him to do the same thing with you guys. And we're going to do this over and over again until we get these answers out there. And we have a library of information for you to go in and plug into and learn from. That's what it's about for us, guys. It's about helping you get to the next level. It's about molding you and making you a champion amongst mere leaders, mere mortals. We want you to be successful online. We want you to make money. But the only way you can do that, guys, is with proper education and training, okay, and the know-how. And then you have to obviously take all of that stuff and you got to put action behind it, because that's the thing that a lot of you guys are missing. You guys are taking the lazy route, just using our share codes and just buying traffic, and then you're frustrated because you're not getting the results you want. And I get it. I understand it because I've been there. Look, I tried the easy route many, many times. The moment that I started communicating with people and I started giving people value, this all changed for me, and it changed overnight. Now, don't tell me you guys don't know how to set up the sales funnel. Don't tell me you guys don't know how to do that, because that's all done in the video. Those are not the topics that I want to hear, guys. I want to hear real topics. I want to know what you think you need to know in order for you to be successful, okay? So when I do this post, those are the types of answers that I'm looking for. And the person that either the most comments looking for the same thing, or the person that has the most value that I can see that really going to give something solid that I can give back, I'm going to share that information with you freely, okay? Guys, it's been a wonderful hangout. We've all enjoyed spending time with you. We've been here about an hour and a half now, and I hope you guys have seen the value from what we're actually putting out there in the industry. And we want you to remain with us and stick with us, man. We truly care about your success. So, guys, have a good night, and sign it off. We'll see you on the flip side.